The following podcast is recorded and produced by the Podcast Precinct in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com. The Podcast Precinct. Consistency, creativity, culture.
The Nostalgia Funhouse proudly dedicates all episodes in the loving memory of Connie Chirac. So, Johnny, I've been hearing really great things about this Nostalgia Funhouse. It just brings back so many great memories.
Andrew, the only reason I'm moving in line with you here is that you really vouched for this show. So I'm just going to believe you that this is the show that, I've been wanting, which is just talking about all the fun stuff from our yesteryear and the years before. And I really hate anything meta. So I'm glad that what we're doing right now is not that.
Oh, no, definitely. What is meta? Isn't that Ron Artest's new name?
Well, add World and Peace to it, sure.
Yeah, but this is great. They last year they were tier and play sets and Halloween costumes.
Well, that sounds cool.
They get these weird court recordings from pop culture courts.
Does anybody care about court cases?
These ones are kind of cool. They put Scott Kelvin on trial. Poor old Santa Claus there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, man. You know what the best part about this is though? Is I hear they always got a really great sponsor. You can check it out right there.
Gloria for the 1, 2, 3. Who's next? WCW Pro Power Games. You can wrestle through 7 matches and win the belt with these 10-inch games. Hollywood Goldberg, DDP, and Sting. WCW Pro Power Games. Each sold separately, batteries not included.
Hello, welcome to this podcast, which is called, I'm not struggling to remember it. I know the name of it for sure. It's the Nostalgia Funhouse.
It is.
That's right. I'm Johnny. He's Andrew. And we got a really fun show today.
Really big shoe.
A really big shoe. We're going to be talking some wrestling later on. But before we do that, Andrew,
Yeah. I
told you I have a really fun game for you to play. It's really quick. It's trivia. But, The Simpsons still going strong, right? It got me to thinking, how long have some other shows that are currently still on the air, how long have they been on the air, right?
Okay.
So just to give you some context, The Simpsons is as of basically Christmas of, I guess last year now as of this recording, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is recent. Simpsons is on 35 seasons, 760 episodes, and it debuted on December 17th, 1989. That's to give you your baseline here.
Okay.
That's the current longest running television program, of course. But I try to pick some that really surprised me for how long they've actually been on the air. A lot of animated shows. They're actually all animated but one. So let's go and get the non-animated one out of the way. Are you a fan of the show Survivor?
Yeah. I was, and then it just kind of became the same thing.
Yeah, I didn't know it was still on the air, but did you know that it's still on the air?
I did know it was still on the air because it's one of those things where I do see it and I'm like, oh, I used to like that show. And I should watch it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Give me a break on Tubi TV. I'm going to watch a show from 1981.
Yeah, I get it. All right. So, of course, with the caveat being that Survivor is obviously not animated, much easier to produce, I would assume. So seasons are a little different for it. But how many seasons do you think there are currently of Survivor?
So if I remember correctly, it started at early 2000s. Probably in 2001, 2002. And I think there's about 2. So the Simpsons have 35. I'm going to say Survivor has 25 seasons.
Survivor currently has 45 seasons.
Oh, see, I was going to double it.
Yeah. That is an equivalent of 661 episodes. And you were close on the debut. It actually debuted May 31st of the year 2000.
Oh.
So you weren't too far off. All right, but now we're going to move into the rest of these are all animated.
It was
And I think that's what surprises me that these animated shows are still going on this strong.
see, it was hard to pin it down because I remember being at a friend's house. Uh, but I can't remember because I remember we were drinking, but I remember you could drink at his house and his parents didn't care as long as you slept there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I knew I had
Yeah.
some
So
friends'
that's
parents
where
like
it was
that.
kind of hard to pin it down. I was like, was I legal or wasn't I legal?
I had a very fun New Year's Eve one time. Okay. Next, Bob's Burgers. You know I love this show.
Yes.
How many
I do.
seasons? It's still on currently. How many seasons do you think Bob's Burgers has been on as of this year?
Oh, it's got to be at least 15.
You just passed it. It's 14 seasons.
Okay. I was going to say 50. Yeah. Because that's
248 episodes. It debuted January 9th, 2011. All right, let's move to Family Guy. How many seasons of Family Guy have there been?
geez. I was like a freshman. Is this counting with the original seasons?
Yes. Which everybody knows it got canceled and brought back. So it has a little bit of a, what do you want to call that? Like there's a couple seasons where it wasn't on the air.
It's like a damn sophomore in high school when this thing premiered. Not of high school for almost 25 years. Uh oh my goodness. Yeah, maybe that gives me an indication because it did go away for a while and then it came back. I'm gonna say 20.
Oh, you're close. 22.
Oh, I was gonna say 25, but I figured okay, so I was under. I didn't shoot.
Yeah, you were under. 22, that's 418 episodes. It debuted January 31st, 1999. Those first three seasons, I still hold up, are actually pretty dang funny.
Yeah.
I haven't watched an episode of Family Guy in 5 years easily.
Yeah, me with The Simpsons. It's probably been almost 20 years since I've actually was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch a newer episode of The Simpsons or Survivor's up there too.
Yeah. South Park, of course. South Park still going on strong. How many
Yeah.
seasons of South Park?
I want to say 27.
Oh man,
It's
26.
20. Oh, see, because I still go back and watch this on Max.
Yeah, because this South Park is pretty dang funny. 325 episodes. I still watch South Park. Debuted August 13th, 1997. And considering each season's only like 12 to 13 episodes, that's pretty impressive.
Well,
There's been that many.
I got cred.
Yeah, you do have cred. Yeah, I saw it. Yes. Yeah, you got cred.
I got cred.
Last one. This is the one that shocked me the most. American Dad is still on the air.
Because TBS picked it up, right?
Yes. And then I think after that, after TBS runs it, then Adult Swim gets it. How many seasons of American Dad are there?
Now I remember this debuting. This probably came out in about 2005, 2006. Because I saw it in this thing that kids nowadays might not be 100% familiar with. It's called a magazine.
Oh, yeah. I do miss those.
And I was like, oh, Seth MacFarlane's making a new one. So I'm going to say this is probably, I'll go odd number here, 21.
Oh, man. You're so close on these 20.
I was
20
going to say
seasons. You're so close. 366 episodes. It debuted February 6th. You hit this dead on the money, though, 2005. Dead on the money for that. Which, you're right, that probably was about when magazines slowly started to fade out, right?
yes.
Around in there. But yeah, those are just some of the ones that really shocked me. I think it's more, I'm a big fan of a couple of those. Some of those I felt off from watching, but I at one point did like them. But yeah, that's pretty shocking. I didn't want to include any of like soap operas or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the easy ones. But of course, if you go by that, soap opera's been on forever. And you know what else has been on forever? Monday Night Raw. That's what we call a transition in the biz.
Yes. So we are doing, because we found bracket fights and we just cannot help ourselves with this website. We are doing our own King of the Ring Johnny
Oh
picked
man,
16 wrestlers. I picked 16 wrestlers. Shockingly, I wanted to keep it because I noticed you didn't pick any of them. I didn't pick any of them. We do not have Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan in this.
I'll be honest. I didn't pick either of them because I thought you would, and I wanted to make sure I got the ones I
I
liked
kind
on.
of didn't want to. Like
I'm down for it. Yeah,
I've been playing a lot of 2K23 actually. The kid down the hall, aka my youngest son, he has completely taken it over. He is 100% addicted to the My GM mode.
yeah,
And at one point, he was like, "I'm going to sign Goldberg and Bret Hart," and I said, "You have to book them against each other every
yeah.
match. Nobody else can face each other." But he is very, very addicted to it. It's kind of it's nice and scary at the same time because he's very quiet.
Yeah.
But
Is The Rock on this?
you know what? I'm not even sure.
Oh, I'm bringing it up just so he, of
Yeah,
course, as of this recording, The Rock showed up on Monday Night Raw, and I seemingly seems he's pointing to a match. I would assume at WrestleMania with the head of the table himself, Roman Reigns, and most people were over the moon for this. I obviously recognize The Rock is a legend in pro wrestling, incredible character, wrestler. I would never take any of that away. I was always more of a Mankind guy, but of the Rock and Sock, I was definitely the Sock in that connection there. But you can't deny the charisma and all this stuff the guy has. But as he was talking, obviously a gifted talker, I just kept thinking he's that guy who never really, what's the word I'm looking for? Evolved past a certain point. Like he still sort of, to me, he sort of still came off until the last part where he was talking about Roman Reigns, where he hinted at it. That part was great. But when he was like sort of dressing down another wrestler,
it's
I was
all
like, this just feels like old hat to me. No involvement there, no evolving there, just the same old Rock. And to me, it's kind of cheesy now. But that's me. I know it might be a hot take that The Rock is getting a little cheesy, but still, and also, I'm a Cody Rhodes guy as well, and I need Cody to finish that story. I don't need The Rock to come in and just take the place there.
Okay, but I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you did, because what better way to get over? So Roman Reigns is this unbeatable thing.
Yeah.
So The Rock comes in, beats Roman. He gets the belt. Then Cody steps in and beats The Rock.
I don't know.
I think you're over like Rover, my friend.
I don't know.
What a story. That's a story.
Anybody beating Rock is a story.
But you want a different story for Cody.
Yeah, it just seems like that would be the perfect bookend because he lost last year when everybody thought he should win, me included, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't even watched that match. The minute I found out that he lost, I was like,
yeah,
I'm not even gonna bother. I don't care. I heard it's a great match.
It's really good. Yeah.
But I can't do it.
Yeah. But man, it's just it's getting crowded at the top of the card.
It is
in WWE. They got a lot of really great talent where not everybody can be in the championship chase. I understand that. I mean, CM Punk just came back, for example. Gunther is, to me, the next big thing.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of people coming up, but man,
I actually
don't know
him as my champion in my GM when I drafted. He was my choice.
Yeah, I'm a Miz Mark myself.
Which in the my GM mode, you can play as the WCW brand.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm always WCW.
Yeah. And no matter how you run it, it'll be better than what they did. So that's the best part of it.
My only complaint is when you get a secondary belt, it's the WCW hardcore belt. Like they just like WWE just had to like do it. Like obviously you can't have the United States, but what about the television title? You couldn't have the television title?
And you can on WWE, you can have. I don't know why you think you can't, but you can have the WCW's version of the United States Championship. That's really stupid.
Yeah.
Like, who cares at the end of the day? But
But
some wrestlers are not on this because we put a time stamp of when these wrestlers could be. What's the years of these wrestlers?
what did I tell you? Anybody?
Before 2005, I think you said.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they couldn't have debuted after 2005.
Right. So that's another little thing to remember there. And I'm already looking at our first matchup, and I'm already hating it because I really love these two guys.
The Funker himself, Terry Funk, versus the Blackheart, Owen Hart.
Oh man, this is tough. I legit love both these guys. Incredible wrestlers too. On top of that, but incredible characters.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is very difficult.
Oh.
Now, Andrew, you're in Texas, so I don't know if that's going to sway your vote here or not.
Yeah, I've been through Amarillo when the Funker was still alive, and even though I probably knew that I wasn't going to see him, I still looked out the window every which way because I was going to like hit a brake pedal and be like, "That's Terry Funk. I need to meet Terry Funk."
Yeah, man. And also one of the most underrated iconic shirts, telling Dusty what he can do with an egg.
I also saw Iron Claw.
Oh yeah, you did see that. Yeah,
I did see Iron Claw, which is very good. I'll get to that point because I had to pick somebody from that movie.
Yeah.
Just to get a little sidetrack, it is a good movie. It's a good movie if you're looking for a good straight up biopic. No, but good movie. Yes, and the guy that played Harley Race, I felt nailed it.
I did see a lot of backlash against whoever played Ric Flair.
Yeah, he sucked.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
He sucked.
Okay. All right. Owen Hart, incredible. Terry Funk. Both these guys are legends.
I gotta go with the Funker.
I think I'm going to go Funker too, as well. But I'm telling you, this will be one heck of a match.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot that hurts.
Yeah, this is an incredible match, though. I'm telling you that much. I'd watch the heck out of this. But these guys in their prime, heck yeah. Oh God, you're killing me.
Oh, Mr. Monday Night, Rob Van Dam versus the Killman. What? This would be a great, exciting match.
This match would rule.
Yeah.
I would watch this match and be like, give these guys 20 minutes and let them do what they want.
Jim Cornette's head would explode, but
oh yeah, Jim Cornette doesn't like anybody unless they're a certain body type. I've learned, but which is really funny to me. Which is very funny to me. Go ahead.
RVD is going over.
I think so too, and I hate saying that because I really am a big Billy Kidman guy. He was my favorite on WCW. You can't powerbomb the man, no matter how many times you try. He will get out of that powerbomb to the point where one of his main moves in my favorite Nintendo 64 game was getting out of the powerbomb. So, but yeah, I think you're right. But man, that shooting star press versus the 5-star frog splash, sign me up for this match all day long. I didn't even have like a 3-match series though.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Jeez.
Oh man.
Just a card and a half.
Just these first 3 matches is like one of the best cards in wrestling.
This would be such a great match too.
Like I'm just thinking about the promos between Jake the Snake and Paul Bearer with Kane by his side. You know how great that would be.
But will he get beat by both Brothers of Destruction? Because he did lose to Undertaker at WrestleMania like 8.
Yeah, but everybody except for one have done that loss. All right,
and
the DDT is one of my all-time favorite wrestling moves. I love that move, but I think Kane goes over here. What about you?
I was thinking the same thing.
Side note: his one of my favorite all-time wrestling entrance songs is when WWE went back and had like new metal bands redo some of the theme songs, and Finger 11 did his, and it's incredible. Still rock out there sometimes. All right,
This one hurts my heart.
Yes, this is also a great matchup. I know Y2J isn't exactly, as of right now, in the best of light.
Yeah, I didn't. I just found that out the other day.
But this is purely for wrestling.
Yes.
Versus Junkyard Dog.
Still my favorite wrestler versus my first favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think this program would be very good too.
Yeah, because they could talk.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Man.
Why do I have the feeling though that if somebody was to book this, you go Jericho, JYD would get over.
I think so too. If you're going by just purely who gets over, it's the dog, man.
It's the dog. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah. All right. My heart and soul wants to say Junkyard Dog moves on there.
Okay, well, I already clicked on him. All right. We did learn you can go back. But... All right, this is Rey Mysterio Jr. See, I didn't look up. I wanted to find a junior because I see he's going by Rey Mysterio now.
Oh, it's because he got a son who. Oh,
so I wanted Rey Mysterio.
Andrew, what? I gotta tell you this. On the Peacock, they got the WWE on there, of course, and they put up an episode of This Is Awesome, but it's all about the pro wrestling toys that have been coming out. It's really good. Highly recommend it. But one of the talking heads is Dominic. It's Dominic, and he's still, even in this thing, it's just about the toys, selling the fact that his dad was an awful dad. It's really funny. Highly recommend it. It's very funny. But yeah, this is honestly on paper, this is also another amazing match right here.
Yeah. This is the whole reason why Dominic hates his dad here too, because he picked Edge as his tag team partner.
Yeah.
Are they fighting for the custody of Dom?
Well,
and I got a hot take.
Ripley has that right now. Go ahead.
I got a hot take. I think Christian has surpassed Edge or Adam Copeland as a better overall wrestler, like promo and everything.
I have a hotter take that I do like Edge. I think he's great. But I was always a Christian guy out of Edge and Christian. He was always my favorite out of those two.
Oh, see, I was
to the point where he actually won that championship that one time. I think it was the SmackDown championship when they had split them. I was very excited for him because I really liked the guy.
I was huge on Edge, so
I mean he's obviously very talented and very good, but I was way more a Christian guy. So this is
you went to church all the time, so
yeah. I mean I grew up in it, so of course I was a Christian.
And also, when looking for these pictures, I typed in Christian, and that's what just came up with a bunch of crosses.
Oh yeah, be prepared for a knock at your door with some brochures. Okay, I think on paper though, this is a great just as an actual wrestling match. This match would be awesome.
I really can't decide. Because do you go with like the underdog in this match, Rey, or do you go, just Edge is gonna just beat him? My other problem with the Edge is I think he's too small to do the spear.
Yeah, I never liked his spear. I think at DDT he would do is way better. I'm gonna give it to Edge. I'm gonna give Edge the edge here.
You give Edge the edge. All right, I can't decide on this one, so
I think Edge wins, but it's a great match. Oh, here we go. This been man, we're just booking one heck of a card here.
I didn't know what Sting. Okay, in my heart, I still want Surfer Sting in this world. Like I still want Surfer Sting. I know Surfer Sting is gone, and he's probably never gonna come back, and it hurts my heart, even though it's been over 30 years since Surfer
yes. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Jeff Hardy, I got another hot take. I was always a Matt Hardy guy out of those two. I thought Matt Hardy was the better wrestler. Jeff, obviously, freak of an athlete that would definitely take chances nobody else should ever take. And you can never take it away from him. But I was always more of a Matt Hardy guy.
So you being from North Carolina.
Yeah. Hardys are huge here.
Yeah. Well, they got good burgers, I heard.
Yes.
I'm
really
killing all
improve
you. I'm killing you today, Johnny.
You're destroyed.
Um,
Sting's pretty big too, though. I mean, he's such a major part of
yeah.
wrestling in the South.
I think Sting goes over.
Sting has to go over. Of these two, he's the bigger icon, in my opinion.
This one hurts your heart.
Oh, what are you doing to me?
I just clicked, just go for it. Fill it in.
This doesn't feel random. This feels like an active attack on me as a wrestling fan. You have to pick this one. I can't pick it. It's Arn Anderson. It's Arn Anderson versus Eddie Guerrero. To me, two of the all-time incredible greats, two icons of wrestling. Arn probably more known for the Four Horsemen and tag team wrestling than Eddie was, obviously. But two really great promos, too, and two incredible characters. I love both of these two, so I'm not mad at whoever wins this, and I would watch this, whatever the match this is, a million times. Oh, I'll tell you what happens. Here's my opinion. You tell me if you agree.
Okay.
Arn is getting ahead, right? And he's winning. But my favorite thing that Eddie would always do was the fake chair shot, where he would take a chair when the referee wasn't looking. He would smack it on the mat, make the sound like somebody got hit by it, and then throw the chair at Arn so Arn would catch it, and then Eddie would fall to the ground to make it look like that Arn had just hit Eddie with the chair. And then Arn disqualified. So I think that's how Eddie wins this. And I would love every minute of it.
Well, then let's book it.
But man, I'm just thinking about those promos, these two.
Eddie is in the new wrestling or 2K23, and I kind of stopped. Yeah, because you can in that GM mode you do a draft, and then you can pick up free agents, and there's the Legends selection.
Yeah.
So I was looking in there, and all of a sudden I saw it, and it said Eddie Guerrero, and I said, "Aw, Eddie," and I just kind of like stopped and paused, like, what could have been? What could have been?
Yeah, man. God, that one still destroys me.
So this is Kevin Von Erich versus Christian.
Man.
If it was Christian now, I would put Christian over. But as somebody that lives in the DFW area, I'm going to say Kevin Von Erich.
I want to fight you on this because I really am a big Christian nerd.
Well, then go read your Bible. Oh,
I have. There's a lot in it people like to not talk about.
Yeah, I've read that Old Testament gets a little crazy.
And that New Testament, a lot of Christians today, another hot take, don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you here just so I can have a fight later on.
Okay.
Just in case.
I look at how we do this in this probably really did happen at some point, but not both prime.
Oh yeah, ECW, right, yeah. Man, what a contrast of styles that would work though.
I love RVD. He's my favorite ECW wrestler of all time.
I'm a Tommy Dreamer guy.
But I always said they should have booked that at a WrestleMania triple threat match. Tommy Dreamer versus The Undertaker versus Sting. Just the three like faces that never really left. But I got told by some people that it probably wouldn't work. And I was like, I think it would work. If you get some guy like me, that would work.
Yeah.
I
gotta go Funk here.
Yeah, I gotta go Funk too.
Yeah. A lot of respect to that man. Oh, here we go. Here's another good one.
Kane and JYD. I still say Kane will probably go over.
I agree. I think Kane wins this, but another really fun program, I think, here.
Crazy heat, man. After this match for Kane.
Especially. I mean, he sets the ring on fire.
You got to go Sting.
Agreed. Sting over Edge for sure.
And
All right. And then we have Eddie versus Von
Eddie.
Erich. I got to go Eddie.
Eddie.
Yep.
I guess somebody contacted Chavo about
I saw this.
a Guerrero family movie.
I'd watch that too. Oh, man.
I think he did chokeslam at one point. But that was
Well, I mean,
was
famously, his brother, his quote unquote brother, chokeslammed Terry Funk out of his shoes during the Hell in Cell match. Man, I think Kane wins this.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. But man, what a match!
Oh man, I would have booked like this Funker. I would have booked that over Kane. But
You know what? Let's do it because I love Terry Funk, so I'm totally fine with that.
yeah, like I just feel like something crazy would happen and he would be able to beat him.
You know what? Just because we're going to get Terry Funk versus whoever wins this match, I'm down for that because this is Sting versus Eddie Guerrero.
Oh my goodness.
What a match this would be. In my opinion, two icons here.
Yeah. These are your two guys, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of let you. I don't know, because like he said, Sting is the icon.
Yeah.
But depending on which Eddie it is, Eddie is over. Sting's always over, I feel.
Yeah. This is very difficult. I don't think you go wrong with whoever you put over here.
I'm gonna leave it to you.
I'm thinking ahead because I know they're going to go against Terry Funk.
These were your two guys that you picked.
Yeah. I'm going to go Sting.
I do not envy you on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Sting. But man, it could have went either way. But thinking about this, we're getting Terry Funk versus Sting. That's incredible to me.
Yeah, I don't think we could go wrong either way here.
No, I love. Obviously, it's established that me and you both are Terry Funk fans.
Yes.
Also, a big stinger here. I think that, in my opinion, this is one heck of a match where Terry Funk really sets up how great Sting is, and Sting wins and goes over. What do you think?
I could see that.
Because that's just so people know, Terry Funk was a big influence on Mick Foley, aka Mankind. So that's another reason why he rules. All right, here we go. Roddy Piper versus the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Everyone's got a price, Andrew. But that price to me is he's losing this match to Roddy Piper.
I believe that 100%.
Side note, also giant Piper fan here. Oh, I would love to have seen this. It's Andre the Giant. If we got both these guys in their prime, which obviously could never have happened, Andre the Giant versus The Undertaker. This would have been one heck of a match.
Ooh, get that back up.
As Andrew goes crazy hitting buttons left and right.
Oh, my dog spazzed out there.
That's
I can't get it back up, but I'm guessing the next one I can. So
my dog spazzed out there is a great euphemism you can use for a lot of things.
Yeah. I would go Andre.
I would too, but man, I would love to see this. Andre goes on for me as well.
How come I can't get back the use match mode anymore?
What did your dog spaz on?
I don't know. Another dog barked in the neighborhood, so she had a bark. Crap. How come I can't get that back?
Do we need to pause this and restart this?
I think we do.
Let's check it out. Introducing the newest WWF wrestling buddy, Big Boss Man and Jake the Snake Roberts. Clonk 'em, clonk 'em. Wrestling buddies want to be your buddy.
Hey, buddy, what's going on? Nothing, officer.
Body slam! Hey, who's the wise guy?
Big Boss Man!
Murphy.
What's going on?
Nothing, Sarge. Big Boss Man and Jake the Snake Roberts, the newest WWF wrestling buddies from Tonga, each sold separately.
So
And we're back. I hope
Yeah.
you enjoyed that quick commercial break.
yeah, I'll
Or
put
not.
I'm gonna
Probably
put
watching this.
something there.
Yeah, put some fun. I'll put a Wrestling Buddies commercial there.
I will.
There we go.
I
All
will.
right, DDP. DDP versus the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
It's Macho Man.
This is like two of the iconic finishing moves going up against each other.
I
That
think
elbow drop is perfection. That diamond cutter is incredible. But I'm going to agree with you at the end of the day, even though I'm pretty sure these two did have wrestling matches in WCW. I'm going to go Macho Man here.
yeah, I gotta say the three favorite elbow drops are Macho Man, Shawn Michaels, and that lovely Mick Foley running elbow off the apron.
Oh, yeah. That one's incredible. Oh man.
Dusty versus Harley.
Dusty Rhodes, baby.
Yeah, your
Versus-
co-host.
Yeah, he's on the panel discussion from time to time, somehow, some way.
Dusty
Versus
Rhodes.
Holly Race, a criminally underrated wrestler in today's time.
I wish Jake Manning was here to do the impression of Harley Race doing that. I told that son of a bitch.
I told that son of a bitch. I think Dusty goes over here, but man, I would love to see this.
You think Dusty's got it? We'll give it to Dusty.
Yeah.
Sabu versus Mr. Perfect.
Wow.
That's a very unique match.
So I just watched one of Arn's podcasts because they put them up on YouTube as well. And the question he was asked by a fan, Arn Anderson, was if you could have had in your prime one match with somebody else, no matter when they were, but they were in their prime, who would it have been? And guess who it was? Mr. Perfect.
Like he never wrestled Kurt Hennig?
No, remember by the time Kurt Hennig came in, that's when Arn was having all those
Right.
injuries. And I think he actually even handpicked Kurt Hennig to take his place, if I'm thinking correctly.
I think Mr. Perfect goes over.
I agree completely. Sabu is great. He's a fun, crazy character, but man, something about Mr. Perfect. I still love those promos he would do where like he would just be good at all the sports.
Can you smack the gum? To this
I
day,
would try to do
so
it.
hard.
Yeah. It's very difficult, but he would hit it every time. And I still love when he did that. I don't remember the match, but he threw the tail behind his back and it landed perfectly on that guy's shoulder.
Oh,
Remember that? It was so good. Oh man, what are you doing to me?
this is an easy one.
I know it's easy, but I wanted Rikishi to get a little love.
No love for Akishi.
It's Rikishi versus Mankind.
Mankind.
Wins. Mankind is Mick Foley is my all-time favorite wrestler. But real quick, Rikishi, one of the best underrated super kicks in the business that never got enough love. That thing was awesome considering where it was coming from. One giant hind end.
We got Triple H versus HBK.
Oh man, yeah,
Do you know who I give it to?
HBK. That's what I gave it to as well.
I'm a Sean guy.
Out of these two, I'm a Sean guy, but Triple H has been doing some good stuff here lately.
Here
with
you
the,
go. I did it to you. I got you. I got you in another one.
You did. Jerry the King, Lawler himself versus Matt Hardy.
Yep.
I mean, Jerry wins, right? Jerry's got to go over here.
He's the king.
Yeah, he's got to go over. Just what he means to wrestling. Oh my gosh.
It's the giant.
Andre versus Piper.
It's,
Andre goes over. Yeah, that destroys me though. I'm such a giant Piper fan.
Dusty versus Macho Man.
Oh, this would have been great. Both of them in their prime.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say because didn't they do a mixed tag match?
Well, by the time they were both in WCW,
Well, they were
Dusty wasn't even wrestling.
and
But
then
even when they were in,
WWF, he was on.
yeah, but
When he
like
had
in my mind, both
Sapphire.
in my mind these matchups, both the guys are in their prime. I'm just thinking about how great these promos would be.
Oh yeah.
Like
think
Kermit
they're
Crop
probably
versus
one
a
of the
hardworking man.
two
Who you picking?
most impersonated wrestlers.
Gotta be right. Yeah.
Uh
I think if
okay.
you're I think if you're remotely a wrestling fan, you've at least tried one of these two guys
Do you
impersonating
know
one of
how
these
I'm
two
kind of
guys.
using as a tiebreaker?
What?
Matt's stories.
Which story are you talking about? He's told me so many.
Like just when I'm like, I've not heard so many of the stories, but I've heard like, I'm like, who did you meet? And then he would just be like, he's an asshole. He wasn't very.
Yes, that's
So-
a lot of them.
Just because he said Dusty wasn't very nice to him, I'm going Macho Man.
Okay. All right. Just so you know, our buddy Matt, who does Eat Sleep List, is a great podcast you should check
Yes.
out. He at one point was a professional wrestler up in New York, and he got to meet a lot of and work with a lot of big name wrestling stars, and some of them he has very good things to say about, but some of them he said weren't necessarily the greatest to him. So it's
That's
always
where my
fun to do that.
tiebreaker was. Matt is my tiebreaker.
Which Matt should be happy. We also didn't let Jake the Snake get very
No,
far.
we did not let Jake the Snake go very far.
All right, now this is a program I would also absolutely love. It's Kurt Hennig versus Mankind. I would adore this. I would watch this like crazy. I think Mankind goes over, but he's going to make Hennig look like $1,000 doing it, and Hennig's going to look great.
I don't know, man.
I gave you a Von Erich. You're going to give me a Mankind.
That perfect,
This is where I'm cashing in my chips.
that perfect plex, man.
Is incredible. I absolutely adore it, but I'm going Mankind.
I'll give you Matt. I'll get this is your chip you cashed in on.
I cashed that in. All right, now we
HBK.
got HBK versus Jerry the King Lawler. It's
It's HBK.
HBK. He gets he super kicks that crown right off of Jerry's head.
Or wait a minute. It's the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
With the sweet chin music.
You know what? I'm very proud of us that we did not do a That's Gotta Be Kane.
Oh man,
When he
I didn't
popped
even
up,
think
we
about
missed-
it. And I do that all the
Ooh.
time. I told you I wasn't feeling 100% today.
All
All right. Andre versus the Macho Man.
Notoriously, from what I hear, Andre hated Macho Man, but that also came out of Hulk Hogan's mouth. So,
Well, it's got to be true. If Hulk said it, it's true. Right.
yeah.
Did you know that Hulk was there for everything in wrestling?
He discovered Kevin Owens.
That's what I've heard. Yes.
I-
He was there when Brody got killed. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. I also I loved listening to the Jim Cornette. I think it's on the drive through, but it's on YouTube. I'll fall asleep sometime to the Hulk Hogan lies.
Yes. They go through all the lies Hulk Hogan tells, and it's really funny. I do recommend that. Regardless of what you think of Cornette, I think he's very entertaining, even though I rarely ever agree with his wrestling takes on current wrestling.
I love the stories.
But I do enjoy the stories quite a bit. And he's a very, if you can say what you want, but he's a very entertaining person.
And he's
All right.
passionate about pro wrestling. So that
Yeah.
makes it
And he's smart enough to know that he's should no longer be involved in it.
that is true.
All right. So Andre versus Macho Man.
Andre.
I think Andre wins. Two icons though. And I think Macho Man's gonna be very sore the next day.
HBK.
No, I should have said well, he wouldn't have got here without this.
Mankind versus HBK. It's HBK.
I will say that HBK has gone on record of stating that one of his favorite matches was against Mankind.
Went over.
I don't think you're wrong. I'm going to say that you're right and that HBK does go over here, but I'm telling you this, and I mean this with every fiber of my being. I hate it. This will be the thing that would make me turn my television off.
I blame this on you. Okay. Because you were like, hey, check out 10 Bell Pod.
Yeah.
And normally a big name podcast outside of maybe like a Jim Cornette one that I'll just listen to clips of, maybe a whole one when I'm at work. I'm addicted to 10 Bell Pod.
Yes, it's a great podcast. It's where these three guys go over the careers of wrestlers who have sadly passed, but it's really, really good. Highly recommend it. 10 Bell pod. Check it out.
And I never realized how much of a Sean guy I was until they started talking about Sean and Brett.
Yeah.
And that is why I always pick HBK now.
Yeah, and also, in fairness, the drug dealers would too. So let's go HBK.
Wow. He's a Christian.
Now, yes. But he admitted he wasn't necessarily the greatest person back then.
Yeah. That
All right. Who you got? Big guy?
Andre.
Yes.
There's no way that sweet. That's like sweet, like maybe chess to
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Andre wins against HBK. All right. So our final is two icons, Andre the Giant versus Sting. Sting won multiple championships, famously someone who didn't win the WWF championship. Andre the Giant famously did.
I think it's in the record books, maybe.
Oh, wasn't it Balt? I think didn't.
No, I think it was I think it's in Wikipedia, but that once again is like a Hulk Hogan story. I gotta look this up, but I think he did. Yeah, I think they did abolish it. No, I gotta look it up.
I feel like he's one of those, there's those list of incredible legends who actually never won the big one. I thought he was one of those. Like him and Roddy Piper would be on that list.
Well, I hear like Cornette say it, and I hear a lot of guys say it. They're like, well, if you do put the belt on Andre, how the hell do you get it off of him?
Yeah, and he's famously one of those guys who doesn't need the belt, which is saying a lot about your character if you actually don't even need it.
Yeah. So he is in Wikipedia as a reign, but they abolished the Ted DiBiase one.
Okay. I think that's the one I was thinking of because I think
it
was bought and paid for storyline wise.
Yeah, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
Yeah.
All
right. So we have Sting versus Andre here for the Nostalgia Funhouse Championship. The King of the Ring.
Can we say King of the Ring?
I don't know.
Well, what's his name? Jerry Devitt or Jeremy Devitt. He retired, so we're in luck there.
We can do a whole thing in Mickey Mouse right now if we want to. He's public.
It's got to be Steamboat Willie.
Yes, Steamboat Mickey. Yeah.
I gotta go Andre. How do you beat Andre?
That's the thing. I mean, you body slam him and tell everybody it was your idea, and that you even wrote it on paper.
And you're the
night
first.
Before.
And you're first.
And it's never ever been done before, despite all the times it had been done before.
I think there's like 2 or 3 guys on here that have body slammed him. Harley Race.
Yeah. But we pretend that didn't happen because it's pro wrestling.
I do believe
fairness is one of the things I love.
I do believe he was tag team champions with Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, I think you're right though. I'm going to give it to Andre, and I'm totally fine with it.
I think if you're a wrestling fan and you're going through and you're booking all these matches, at the end of everything, Andre is your winner.
Yeah, and I'm also just thinking, how does Sting get that Scorpion Deathlock on Andre? I just don't think he do.
Or death drop him.
Yeah, you're right. Either one. Stinger Splash is probably a lot of those.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know what you're doing to that guy.
I can see it now. Andre comes in, Sting's hitting him with everything he has. He finally gets him. Andre falls back, but he falls back in the corner. Sting hits him maybe with like 2 Stinger splashes. Then Andre just grabs him, tosses him, and then just takes over the match.
Yeah, I'm with you. And plus, we get Bobby Heenan on the sidelines, so I'm totally fine with this.
Yeah. What?
There you have it. We did it.
Yep. Next week we are doing a special episode because we are doing the Nostalgia Funhouse. The voting will be completed.
Oh, so next episode of the Nostalgia Funhouse, we will be inducting into the first annual Nostalgia Funhouse Hall of Fame. A movie, a TV show, an album, a toy, and I feel like I'm missing one.
Video game.
Video game. There we go.
Yeah.
Can't believe that's my favorite thing, and I missed it.
Yeah.
Side note, so go to Nostalgia Funhouse on Facebook. It's really popping over there, so make sure you join that, and you can do all the voting over there. Side note, X-Files is getting zero love, and it's making me incredibly sad.
Yeah, there's a couple. I actually just took one where I looked, and when I first put it out for the movies, I was like, oh my goodness, this movie's gonna win. And then I went to go look back, and I'm like, whoa, this one pulled it out. But you're gonna have to wait until next week to hear which one it is, because I got them all written down. And but yeah, check us out: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. If you like what we do, join our Patreon, or hop over to good old Apple Podcasts if you use that, Spotify, or anywhere. Leave us a review if you enjoy what we do. Let us know if you have any ideas or anything you want us to do. We are open to pretty much anything. I don't know how good that sounded, but we are here. And just because it's not nostalgia for you doesn't mean that it's not nostalgia for someone else.